You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. Have you ever asked yourself if you were really courageous? Most people probably won't. A few will, and most people would never think about it. But to be courageous is not something that is just a common everyday occurrence. It's a systematic input that you generate from within, and you allow it to propel you day to day, moment to moment, situation to situation. And most times that courageousness comes from your faith. I believe they interlock together. It's like having crazy faith and being able to ignite it and see it work in your favor does nothing more but feed it even more. But to be courageous is not a bad thing. I believe that it makes your subconscious self have a bigger respect level for yourself. I think that there's something that is triggered within that starts to help the belief factor. And it just propels you. I feel like it's something that gives you ammunition that only you can thrive off of. But you being courageous also is contagious to other people. I believe that the more you exhibit courage, the more you work within your courageousness, it actually is an inspiration to other people. I believe that it can give other people hope. I think it can give other people encouragement. But most importantly, it gives you something that administers. It's almost like a dose of another level of altitude. I think it can shift your mind and make your walk in life more impactful. But it's also something that you have to do in an intention. It is something that you have to really keep in front of you, in the front of your mind's eye, and always kind of have it close enough to know that it is ever present. Like you want to be able to hold on to it almost like a little medallion. And courageousness is something that comes in doses. I don't think that it just sticks to I don't think it sticks to you. I think it's something that you constantly have to keep a pulse on. And guys, it's okay. We're going to have that conversation. Y'all know what time it is. It's Monday, and it's time for Sonny's Monday Motivation. Let's go. Welcome to LouddMouth Radio Network. My name is Sonny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of LouddMouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms.
Portals Entertainment Center is a new 13,000 square foot entertainment experience now open in Temecula. Portals creates a space where your imagination can be set free. Step into an immersive entertainment center that will take visitors into one of our many attractions, which include 2 9-hole indoor mini golf courses, an immersive laser tag arena, a designated arcade space, a food service component, party and event spaces, and a hidden 21 and over lounge. Portals aims to give each visitor a unique experience, taking them to unknown worlds and experiencing an entertainment center like no other. Open 7 days a week, located at 26469 Inez Road in Temecula, California, in between At Home and Temecula Theaters. Come check us out and step into adventure.
Sonny's LouddMouth Comedy presents A Night of Love, Friendship, and Laughter, Friday, February 14, 2025. Guys, we are coming back with a fantastic show. Mr. Handsome featured comedian Mr. Drew Edwards, as well as the IE's queen, Nikki Simone. You know this is going to be hosted by no other than Kevin Davis, the Marina Comedy. And yours truly, produced by Sonny, the LouddMouth of Comedy. This is going to be a fantastic date night. Whether you come in as a single, friends, or coupled up, you will not be disappointed. Get your tickets, LouddMouthComedy.com, LouddMouth comedy.com. Tickets in advance, $25, $35 at the door. And we do have reserved seating, which I highly suggest. So don't play around, man. Get with your friends, get with your folks, get your tickets. Don't play. I look forward to seeing you guys. And it's going to be going down at Shooter's Bar and Grill, Temecula, 28950 Old Town Front Street. Get your tickets, y'all. See y'all then. I love comedy. I believe our parents, our teachers, our mentors, our spiritual leaders, we have these people that have imparted different things within us over the years of our lives. If you're lucky, that's not everybody's occurrence. So let me just start there. But if you're lucky, you'll have an opportunity to mix and mingle with people that will push you, that may invite you to think higher, be higher, want more for yourself. And if you don't have those elements around you, sometimes you have to kind of discover them for yourself. You have to ignite them for yourself. And I believe that you may have had some pattern of people in different points of your life, so they may not always sustain every part of your life as you're walking and navigating things. So many times when you are just doing life, so many things can come and challenge you and make you feel like you need to be able to have more, maybe to get through the next part of something, the next chapter or the next phase of your life. It could also be something internally that you feel the need to tap into. And that's important, because I believe that as we go through our growth phases in our lives, we're given different things, and how we conform to those doses of experiences and lessons and education and life experiences, it just kind of formulates and it starts building up, and it creates a component within you that becomes a part of your self-identification, right? So to be courageous, I think that during the course of your life, it's different times that it comes. As babies and as children, we don't really know the condition aspects of life as much. We're just figuring it out, and we're exploring things. We're constantly looking at things because they're new to us. And because we don't really know what fear is, or we don't really have a lot of experiences in that kind of space and creating those kind of blocks, we don't sense it. So pretty much a lot of the things that we're doing on the early ages and the early stages of our lives gives us the ability to grow at rapid rates. Then at some point in our lives, we start having some things that embellish on our personalities, and we're starting to be framed to become these little humans that a lot of times are the remix of our parents or our siblings, or maybe people that are within our communities, and we start getting those impressions. And unfortunately, because of that, we start learning what fear is. We learn maybe about things we shouldn't do, like maybe touch things that are hot because they can burn us. So we may learn that if we lean over too far over the bed, we'll fall and hurt ourselves, right? We start having these elements of experiences that are happening and formulating what we call memories. And so because our life kind of patterns like that, constantly ebbing and flowing, it's easy to become saturated with different elements of different people's stuff, and it gets put on us. It gets sprinkled on us like seasoning, right? And it can become a part of our molding in the way that we move and maneuver in life. And so if we were to withstand those elements and basically become the blueprints of what everybody has put their hand on us to say or be, then we really never figure out what we could be on our own walks because we're not allowing ourselves to explore it. Now, many of us will attempt to do things, and depending on how, our mindsets may be, how fragmented things that have been given to us have impacted our decisions and how we look at things, will make a bigger determining factor of how much we do, right? And because of those things that are happening or challenging us, it's easy to not necessarily take risk, especially if you're put in a situation to be safe all the time. You know how some parents are always constantly coddling their children and don't want them to fall, don't want them to do this, so they just kind of safeguard them, and they don't allow them to be free enough to figure out things. They just kind of keep them safe in this little cubby. Well, I wouldn't necessarily suggest that for anybody, to just contain you to a point where you don't have an exploration. That's not going to be good development for you. I do believe that the more we explore the outer realms of things, the more we do, not saying being defiant, but I do believe that we push out past the limits that sometimes people or things present to us. That starts developing that aspect of our characters that element you to become quote unquote courageous. If you want to have more experiences in your life, you got to take some steps that maybe you wouldn't be advised to. And that means you also have to trust yourself enough to know that it's okay to enter into those spaces and to challenge certain things or to test certain waters. And I believe that those things continuously keep showing up, depending on if you're the type of person that is developing yourself and you really, really, really are taking chances on aspects, not even just chances, but you put yourself in a space or place, or you involve yourself into things that would give you opportunities to see what the world looks like if you were involved in it, if you became a part of it. There are things that are going on constantly, but those things that are going on constantly does not always include us, right? There may be some things you're doing right now that I have no part of. I have no experience about. I have no element in it. I may not even hear of it. Vice versa, right? So because of that, there's this unique.
Here at IQ Facility Management Services, we provide commercial and residential cleaning service. We service single-family homes, multi-family homes, schools, office buildings, churches, interior and exterior areas. We give attention to detail in window cleaning, carpet, tile, flooring, or VCT flooring. We proudly service the Southern California greater area of LA and Orange County, Inland Empire, and Northern California. Contact us at 562-334-2448 for your cleaning service needs.
I think being courageous gives us an opportunity to test certain things about ourselves that we may not have charted. We may not have entered certain aspects of ourselves, and because we haven't reached those areas, then we don't really know what to expect to happen. We're exploring it to really see kind of what we're made of and how we can impression the world. How can we make a difference? How can we experience another part of ourselves that may be, kind of hungry for that next area of ourselves that we haven't charted? Like, we have not pushed the envelope enough. Like, there's certain dimensions about us that unless you challenge them, you will never know. You just won't. And prime example, remember as kids, and you said we were, playing outside, and a friend ever just challenged you to a race. especially if you was a person that liked to run and you played out. We used to play outside as kids. So, excuse me. So imagine if, one of your buddies said, hey, I'll challenge you to this race, and you go and line up. And when you're lining up, you're excited. You already know that everybody's watching. So you ultimately want to come out as the winner. But at the truth of the matter, one of you will win and one may not. But just taking the chance that you could be the one that wins is evoking that courageousness, is evoking that challenge within yourself that allows you and gives yourself permission to participate and to explore, right? This weekend we're coming off the Super Bowl, and I can only imagine the moment when the halftime started. And everybody knows this is what they call the world's largest stage. And this year's performer, Kendrick Lamar. And him being a rapper, and if you follow Kendrick Lamar's music, he's always thought-provoking. So I can only imagine being given the opportunity to perform in such a big, huge level like this, that it took a level of courageousness for him to, 1, accept it, 2, to do it, 3, to pull it off. And it's easy for bystanders to criticize or to have input, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. But I must ask you, do you think that you could have got up on a stage with that many people in a stadium watching you, then 2, perform, and then 3, execute it fully? 13 minutes. I think that's the duration time that they're given. That takes a level of courageousness. I believe that many of us will do certain things that will hit a ceiling, and some of us hit that ceiling way sooner than other people, because let's just be honest, some people will never take risk. Some people will never push themselves to a realm or a space that will challenge them enough for them to even have the ability to say, man, I was courageous enough to even try this, let alone do it. Let's be honest. But there are some of us that every day you feel something within you pulling and egging you and challenging you, even in your thoughts. And to even go from something that is a thought to a point of action, it takes courage. A lot of times people think courageousness is this Herculean feat. No, not necessarily. Sometimes just getting in your car and driving in the city that you're in takes courage, takes courageousness. Because it could be a city like London where they're flying, okay? It could take a city like DC or Boston or Chicago or LA or, you get what I'm saying? I want you to know that just doing little things can lead to bigger things, but doing them alone, just the very fact that you're executing certain things shows that you're being courageous. And I want to encourage you to test your own courageousness and see how far it gets you. The one thing you can bet on is that we're all going to leave this plane at some point. Do you want to leave knowing that you gave more to your life than not, that you just played it safe, you didn't give yourself a chance to explore certain areas of yourself? Or do you think that you're worth the risk? Because if you're not worth the risk, how anybody else going to feel like you're worth the risk? Not going to say you won't fail at times like, whoa, maybe I bit off more than I could chew. Hell, I can tell you I feel like that quite a bit. But I also do some things that challenges me. So I'm encouraging you to element some things that will allow you to be able to look upon your own actions and say, man, I was courageous for doing that. I was even courageous for even thinking about it. And then put it into perspective and then put it into action. And just measure your own results. You don't even have to share with anybody else. Start off with doing things that only you can know that it took a lot for you to get through it and get to it and get it done. And then as you start to do that more and more often, you may find yourself opening up to appeal to share with friends, family, or maybe you have an accountability partner. Maybe you have a buddy, a coworker that you feel comfortable enough to share some insight. But I definitely feel like let's not play the whole thing of our lives just so safe that you do not allow yourself to see what it feels like to be courageous. All right, I made my point. I made my speech. And I'm going to wrap this. But I just wanted to touch on that. And, today's topic, I think, I'm going to be honest with you, after the Super Bowl, and I enjoyed watching Kendrick Lamar's performance. I do feel like there's a vast level of response and thought. But I think that to ever compete at a level of something, whether it's sports, arts, something of the arts or creativity, or even you may be at your job, you may even be going at it with somebody else in another department with you that's aiming for a bonus or something. Like, to ever have something that requires so much of you to excel and to output that kind of focus and to show up for yourself and then achieve a level of success with it, that is phenomenal, man. And it's something that needs to be acknowledged, that you can do it, that you've had the capability of achieving that. And I don't think we should knock others for doing that. Let's learn to be more of a cheerleader for those who are showing their own courageousness, because if you were the one that was being challenged and you came out on top, you want to be celebrated, not criticized. All right, y'all. That's my time. Peace. You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.
Here at Wonderland Learning Center, we're located at 288 East Main Street in San Jacinto. We provide a safe and secure learning environment. We are now enrolling 2 to 5-year-olds with our preschool curriculum. We offer before and after school care. Breakfast, lunch, and snacks are provided. We accept all programs. We are open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Our website is wonderlandlearningcenter.com.
Performing comedy is like creating magic. To hear the room explode with laughter is priceless. And to produce comedy is like having a glass of Stella Rosa, the ability to have others wind down with laughter. With LouddMouth Comedy, it isn't just about me, Sonny. It's also the many hardworking comedians that are dedicated to writing and performing night after night, stage after stage, displaying their talents to the world, and we all do it for the love of comedy. Sometimes you have to remember to relax and savor the moment, one sip at a time. Cheers. Here's to 13 years of LouddMouth Comedy. Save the date, April 1st through the 6th, 2025. Save the date, April 1st through the 6th, 2025. Sonny's LouddMouth Comedy presents For the Love of Comedy Spring Comedy Festival is happening right in the Temecula Valley area. We're talking about 6 days, over 10 plus shows, over 30 plus comedians. Woo, I need you to be prepared and be ready. So guess what? I need you to bookmark this website, LouddMouthComedyFestival.com. This is with a comedy lineup, all the announcements, schedule, all the great things that's going on, from networking events, cocktail kickoff, multiple comedy shows. Even we'll have something for the family. I cannot wait for you guys to participate. So I need you to make sure you mark the dates, April 1st through the 6th. Hold the website, LouddMouthComedyFestival.com, and be prepared. More announcements coming soon. All right, y'all. Ciao.
Hello, my name is Takasha Smith. I'm the owner of Takasha's Kitchen, based out of Menifee in the Southern California area. As a chef and caterer, I provide private cooking classes, couples dinners, and private parties. As a female pitmaster, I am able to create a personalized experience for your family reunion gatherings. I create menus based on my clients' needs to have a more personal vibe. You can find Takasha's Kitchen on all social media networks such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my YouTube channel at Takasha's Kitchen. And that's spelled TACASHAS Kitchen, KITCHEN.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network.